Hey guys, Happy New Year, it's me, Schmulp. It's been around 8 to 7 months without a new video, and I was just helping some people that I know get into animating personally, so I'm like personally helping them out, and I realized as I'm doing it, I'm like, if I could help them with this shit like every day, I could just like make one video, so I'm here to help you Roblox animators figure out how to do shit. Anyways, this is just gonna be Animating R6 Part 2. I'll just remake a punch because my old punch tutorial that I made, or the one that was titled Animating R6, it wasn't really good. So let me get into it. Alright, so first get your starting pose that you want to start your punch in. I'm gonna start mine like this, like a little boxing pose, right? And yeah, anyways, I'm making a punch again because a punch is like, it embodies every single principle of animation, you know? Anticipation, follow through, wind up, quick succession, like everything. So that's why it's always like a safe thing to do. Anyways, let's just start. Go to like 11. Let's start bringing them. Let's start bringing them back. And then keep the feet in the same spot. It's super important. That's like my personal golden rule of animation. But don't always just like drag it into the exact same position with the onion rings. I mean, with the arrows and shit. Make sure to use both like rotation stuff and arrows when trying to put it in, because if you just make it look like you put it in the exact same spot, it looks super awkward, like same spot and position, you know what I mean? So make sure to always kind of avoid that. I'll move the leg out a tiny bit here because I'll need to do that. Yeah, so I hope everyone's been enjoying their New Year's. I went to a little party with my friend Mateo and met some of his friends. It was super nice. Bring this arm. We're bringing this arm up, and we're gonna be pulling this arm in, like this, like that. Let's pull it in more. And now we're gonna be pulling it back more. I'm just eyeballing the timeline. You can follow it if you want. And I know, like I said before, that this getting in. Over time, you just know when to like put it. You don't have to always like count it. Back in the day, I'd always like count it. I'd always animate in 5s strictly. And then as I got better, I realized that I was like, I know what looks good with what time frame, so I don't need to do that anymore. So yeah, this is gonna look awkward right here. Just make sure to bring the foot back. Bam, pull it in. Perfect. The reason I'm also remaking this punch is because the other punch animation that I made was super bad. It wasn't really good for beginners to try and learn from, and it wasn't even really a good animation. Yeah, anyway, this one is way more simpler, right? It's easy to catch on to, and it's way better. And I've also gotten better at animating, so I could explain it and animate it way faster. The other one was like 30 minutes. This one's gonna be like, what, maybe 10? Hopefully. Anyways, pull it in like that. Now this is my like visual punch stance part, like that. And it's also important when making a pose to try and always keep a triangle in the middle of the legs. It's like a structure. Keep a TP, right? A TP is a structure. It holds itself up just by leaning in it. One of my people who I know who I'm teaching right now, he'd always make a pose like this, and they'd be like, no TP. So this guy would fall over. I like put the leg in front. He put the leg in front like this, but you know, keep a triangle in the middle. That's how you know that it won't fall. That's like keep it proper center of gravity. Anyways, moving on. Now we're gonna try and go to the part where he like throws the punch forward. So, lean back, forward like this. Like that. He's leaning forward. He's gonna throw his shoulder forward. The legs in that same spot, you know what I mean. Down, 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 down. But yeah, so also when I'm making this punch, I'm going to make it so it goes back into the idle position. Because recently I've been making M1 combos, right? And I realized that every time I make an M1 combo, it is now the norm for me to always bring the hit back into the idle position. Not just because it looks good, like, and it helps me like my animation better, but it's also way more game oriented. So if you do get used, this is like something that's very important to be getting used to, because in the future I do imagine more games will be wanting this. You know, this will be like the new norm. And well, that's like if I ever have a game, I wish I am. I'll put a reference on the video right now of what I mean. But yeah, that type of thing. I assume will become super commonplace in the development or RPG game industry. at least on Roblox. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, yo. Now we're gonna go like right here. He's gonna be pulling forward. He's like, rah. See that? Now, this is the part that's different from my other punch animation I made on my videos, is that I'm not gonna be making the leg step forward. That was a very rookie thing that I did. It was because that's the only way I knew how to really animate punches at the time. But the more that I experimented with poses that I found uncomfortable, the more comfortable I got with the flexibility of my animations. I wouldn't be able to animate this of a punch back then because it never felt right for me to... I never really knew how to properly animate a punch without throwing the leg forward. That was a big flaw of mine, and thankfully I managed to overcome it, which is what I recommend for all of you. I'll be making a video on that sometime in the future. I'm always thinking about what types of videos I should make, and one of them is always very important tips for animators, and I want to talk about, it's like, the best way to get better at animating is to discover different poses, or poses that you find uncomfortable. Because some of the people I'm helping with their animation, they're always like, no, I wouldn't move it right there because I feel like it would look weird. But in my mind, it's like, no, that's what you have to do. You have to move it like that. Like, are you sure? Really? Like, yes. So the biggest hubris that newer animators face is the fact that they're too scared to animate certain poses because they feel it'll look weird. But in reality, they'll just be fine. They're just too scared to really go for it. Pull this punch back a little bit. Just move this forward, make it a little bit faster. Alright, perfect. Now we're gonna go 2. The hit frame is always gonna be 2 seconds. And here is the most important thing that I learned. It's pushing the torso almost all the way to the side like this. I would never do this back in the day because it always felt weird. I'm gonna show you why. It's the leg. Always tilt the torso almost all the way to that side. Almost. You can see it right here. And then push this leg forward, up here. I know it looked super weird. It took me a while to get comfortable looking at this, you know, back when I did it for the first time. But trust me, it makes for a good animation. So try and put it in the same spot. You could like bend it a tiny bit, you know, put it in the same spot with the sliders and the arrows. And after I get this back foot, we're gonna bend it like that. You know what I mean? So bam, bam, bam. So it looks kind of like that, you see? It looks very smooth, and there's a little wobble that you have to fix what's going between. Right here, bam, bam, bam. So, put that there, let's just go down and fix that. See how smooth that is? Anyway, this is very important. This exact pose right here is what many beginner animators will ever struggle finding to do because it just feels so awkward. But trust me, this pose will save your fucking life. It saved my life. I only animate punches with this now. I used to be very scared of this type of limb detachment from the side of the torso, but after I did it, I was like, perfect. Perfect, and it helps out so much. Now, tilt the fist, put it almost straight on above the shoulder a little bit. Like that. Now get this head, make it face forward. I'm gonna give it some signal look real quick. He's like face it down a little bit, like like that. Lift it up, make it kind of straight. Up like that. Perfect. Now let's bend this arm a little bit like that. Now we're gonna add some follow through. This is also super important. Basically, just get like a longish part because the super fast impact has happened. Now it's time to slow it down. And that's just make it go sloop, make it slowly go to the side, lift the torso up a bit, and put the legs in the same spot. You know the deal. You know the deal. Pretty simple, and pull. Go to the side, down, up. Yeah. And like this. Yeah, like that, see? Now anyways, put the head down. Make it keep looking forward. Now make the fist, and make the face of the fist, like the very front, stay in the same spot, like this. So it's almost as if he's hitting an invisible brick wall. You know what I mean? That's super important. I think also just tilt it outwards like that, and then push it in, make it look. Alright, let's make it look forward. I'm stupid. Yeah, this part right here, pretty important. You can either make it completely straight and bend it outwards like that, or you can like pull it outwards and push it inwards like this. And I would say keep it like, I would say a little bit of both, you know, it doesn't hurt. Anyways, kind of compress it a little bit. This is the last part where he's like still like compressing his body inwards. And now we're gonna move on to one more row of follow through. Then we're gonna transition it back to this idle. And it's gonna look super smooth, trust me. Go here, make it, the follow through still happening, so make it kind of long. Anyways, lift the body up. This, we're moving it, we're slowly gonna try and move it back. Slowly trying to move it back now. Get that feet, put it in the same spot. I hope this video saves, because I was making this earlier. I made this exact tutorial earlier, and I checked the recording. It turned out my recording software stopped at exactly 5 minutes, and I was like, bruh. So I waited like 2 hours, did some shit, and now I'm back to finish it. Been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals recently. That's a pretty fun game. You guys should try it out. I'm the best Loki main, by the way. Hold this down. All right, now we're gonna, what's it? Pull this down. We're gonna kind of like, we're gonna tilt this up. Whenever you pull the fist back down this way, this shows that you're like, because when you threw the punch, you tilted it completely sideways. So whenever you're done throwing a punch, you're untilting it sideways. That's the point of like making it face upwards like that with the ring slider, you know? Anyways, you don't want the head to be directed by the torso too much, so make some adjustments to that, make sure it's not going in the same direction. But now we're done with the punch. This arm no longer needs to be compressed. You know, so just like pull it down a little bit and lift it up. It's no longer tensed up. Alrighty, moving on. Now we move it. Now we go back to the OG position. Slowly. Down, go down like this. I'm moving the torso down a bit, so when he goes back to the idle, it's like he rises up into it. It's this animator brain. I don't know if I could really explain to you why that makes sense, but trust me, it does. Move to the side. This, and that. Now, put the foot in the relatively same position. Like this. It's gonna be kind of hard because it's like not exactly planted, but you know, do your best. Lift it up. Yeah, there's like kind of wobbling. Let's see why it's doing that. Go to a part, go to the very middle. Pull it right there. Look at that. Perfect. Make the face look forward. That. Now after that, the idle. Now we're moving it into the idle position properly. So you see how this arm is up, this arm is down. Onion skin it like that. And now we're going to the next pose. This is the last row that we have to manually animate. Go right here, lift it up, and now we have to put the feet in the same position as they were in the idle. So go right here, well, not the exact same, you know, like the feet placement. Put the feet placement the same as they were in the idle. Right here, and right here, 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 right here. Right here. That, the head up a little bit, and now, since the beginning, this arm was faced up, we gotta move the arm up too, like this. And this arm was like down, and it was backward. This arm on the right here on the left is down and in front of it, like this, like this. And now what we gotta do? Let's see how that looks so far. Oh yeah, why does it do this? Oh, I forgot to animate the arm. Wait, am I stupid? I forgot to animate the arm. Oh my god, please ignore that. And I forgot to animate this. Hold on, that's so embarrassing. Now what we do is we grab this and we put it right here. That's a little too fast. Hold on. It does the timings. This like turns pretty fast. So let's fix that. Let's make it so it's like slowly over time spinning. So instead of making it just like quickly go into the same pose, let's go right here and make it so it's like that. That'll fix it so it like looks like, look at, see that? And that is my new updated punch tutorial, which I believe is way better than the other one. It's way easier to follow, and overall it looks better, you know? The front-legged one, like where you step forward, I wouldn't advise that for newer animators, but you followed my advice when I was horrible. And so here we go. I'm gonna show you the finalizing part of this animation. Copy the last keyframe right here, like copy the entire row, then select all and press M. The reason why I have you select the last keyframe is for some reason there's a glitch where if you press M, the last keyframe will like not be the proper idle. Like it'll just skip, like see how there's nothing happening here, it's the same pose. Just shift V right here and it gives you the proper one. Anyway, so that makes the follow through look super smooth like that. And oh crap. And after you do that, you go into here, get these keyframes and press M as well. So it's like smoothed. Now you don't have any more choppy frames. And whatever you do, don't smooth keyframes that are very close to each other. Just don't do that. Only smooth ones that are very like separated. Yeah, that is my animation for my updated Punch Animating R6 video. Happy New Year's, everybody. I will try and get some new videos out to you guys. I will not be putting the Discord in the server in the description until I really feel like I want to get back into it. And then, yeah, so right now the server's still there. I bet you could find some animators who could give it to you, but nothing's really happening in there as far as I'm aware of, you know. And one day, if I feel like I'm really getting into this vibe of posting videos and wanting to help people out a lot, I'll post a new video letting everybody know, and I'll put the Discord in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and this was my video on how to make a punch. Bye.